Hello everybody. Today we will study phylum Chordata, origin and its evolution. This is in BSc Zoology second year syllabus. And in the next paper we will study the comparative anatomy of the different representative species from different groups in phylum Chordata. So first we will come to this point that what are chordates, who are called as chordates, who are classified as chordates. So in brief I will tell you about the phylum Chordata and introductory part of it. So what is chordata? In the scheme of classification, the animal kingdom is divided into several major animal groups called phyla. Singular is phyla. There are approximately 30 animal phyla currently recognized. The last major group of the animal kingdom is known as phylum Chordata. It was created by Balfour. The scientist's name was Balfour, B-A-L-F-O-U-R, Balfour, in 1880. The name of this phylum is derived from two Greek words, the chordae, meaning a string or cord, and eta, meaning bearing. In total, you can say that the animal who is bearing cord in their lifetime. So the reference is to a common characteristic feature in the form of a stiff supporting rod-like structure. So we are defining now the notochord, okay, in words. So it is a rod-like structure along the back के साथ, means dorsal in position. That is called as notochord. In Greek, noton means back, and in Latin, chorda means cord, which is found in all the members of the phylum. So the animals belonging to the Chordata phylum, all the animals belonging to the Chordata phylum are having notochord at any point of their lifetime or the life stages, you can say. So the Chordata are animals having a cord, that is notochord, at some stage of their lives. The animals belonging to all other phyla of the animal kingdom are often termed the non-chordates or the invertebrates, since they have no notochord or backbone in their body structure. What are chordate animals? Phylum Chordata is the largest of the deuterosome phyla. It is the highest and the most important phylum, comprising a vast variety of living and extinct animals, including man himself. Most of the living chordates are the well-known familiar vertebrate animals, such as fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Besides, they include a number of marine forms such as the tunicates and lanceolates that are less well known. Okay, the diversity of chordates. You can find out diversity is at a huge scale in the chordate phylum. The chordates exhibit an astonishing diversity of form, physiology, and habit. So the diversity is at each level in the form, physiology, and habit. So you can ask about what is the numerical strength of the Chordata phylum. Numerical strength means how many numbers of species are there in the Chordata phylum. In comparison, and how you can compare it with the other phylum, means is it having the number of species less or more? Okay, compared with other phylums. So the numerical strength, if you are talking about the number of chordate, first point you should always remember that the number of chordate species known till date is not usually large. If you can recall, it's a GK question. Which class or which phyla is having the highest number of species among the animal kingdom? Which phyla? You may easily answer this. Arthropoda and the class Insecta. Okay, thousands and lakhs of species. If I talk about the arthropoda, then it will go in lakhs. And if I talk about the class Insecta, it will go in thousands, the number of species. So where the phylum Chordata stands in comparison with that single phylum Arthropoda. So you should note it down that about 49,000 species are on record, which are only half of the living species of the mollusks and less than 1/10 of the arthropods. Means if mollusks is having X number of species, then Chordata is having the X by 2 number of species and 1/10 of the arthropoda. So if anybody asks you which phylum is having the highest number of species, you should immediately tell Arthropoda. Okay. If somebody asks which class is having the highest number of species, again Insecta. But that class Insecta comes under the phylum Arthropoda only. Okay. So how about the Chordata? As I have already told you, 49,000 species in the Chordata phylum, and which is half of the mollusk but 1/10 of the arthropods. The two subphyla, Urochordata and Cephalochordata, claim for nearly 2,500 species. This phylum Chordata is further subdivided into subphylums like Cephalochordata and Urochordata. So these subphylums are having nearly 2,500 species. So how much is remaining? The subphylum, these phylums, Cephalochordata and Urochordata, you can also tell it as the invertebrate chordates. Chordates which are invertebrates. So, and the subphylums, because there are three subphylums, Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Three subphylums under phylum Chordata, Cephalochordata, Urochordata and Vertebrata. So 2,500 हैं, 49,000 में से 2,500 है Cephalochordata and Urochordata के species number, and the rest is यानी 49,000 minus 2,500 is क्या? Vertebrata. The number of species in Vertebrata is approximately around 46,500. 49,000 minus 2,500. So you can say that among the Chordata, Vertebrata is the largest subphylum. But Vertebrata is still less than other subphylums, other phylums or the class or subphylums you can say, because Chordata, although Chordata phylum is highly successful in the origin and evolution, but there are other phylums also. Even the Arthropoda is highly successful. Insecta, class Insecta is highly successful. Every corner of in the world except polar regions, you will find insects. Without insect, no life. If you kill insects, all the insects on this earth, human life will cease to exist within 6 years. मतलब मनुष्य भी समाप्त हो जाएंगे अगर आपने सारे इंसेक्ट्स को अगर आप मार दें तो मनुष्य भी 6 साल के अंदर खत्म, क्योंकि एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्शन आपका जीरो हो जाएगा। इंसेक्टा के क्लास इंसेक्टा इज कुछ नहीं करता है, वो बेचारा हैप्पीली आपके बिना कहे हुए, बिना आपकी मर्जी के वो पॉलिनेशन करते रहता है क्लास इंसेक्टा, जिससे आपको फसल की प्राप्ति, फल फूल की प्राप्ति होती है। आपका एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट इज ह्यूजली डिपेंडेंट अपॉन, यू कैन से इट्स सोनली डिपेंडेंट अपॉन क्लास इंसेक्टा for their sexual reproduction or the flowering or the fruit production. So now coming to the point that subphylum, already told you 46,500 species, and of these fishes are the most numerous of approximately 25,000. Now uska further classification you can do it. 46,500 species, and out of 46,500 species of the vertebrata subphylum, 25,000 species belong to the fish. And it is commonly assumed that amphibian species number about 2,500, reptiles are 6,000, birds are 9,000, and mammals are 4,500. So among the vertebrates, highly successful is pisces, means fish, which comprises of 25,000 species. Reptiles 2,500. Amphibians 2,500, reptiles 6,000, and birds 9,000, and mammals 4,500. Okay, so I think this is the long lecture now. It is going to become a long lecture. In the second part we will come to the more points of this, and we will describe about the more in detail about the diversity found among the chordate phylum. Okay, so seeing you in the next section of this lecture. Thank you very much.